What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Back again with another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, we are going to check out a 4 mage march lineup that can be excellent. It's a brand new season and the game developers have introduced 2 new mage heroes. Unfortunately, these mage heroes haven't been performing as expected. They are not bringing in good merits and people are not investing. So today I'm going to show you why these mages have been underperforming. And then I'm going to show you how you can fix that by mixing up your heroes a little bit to get some good value in the open field. If you're new here, subscribe for more content, turn on the bell notification and never miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, leave some comments down below. Let's get into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, Dragonfall season, brand new mages. One of the new mages is THEIA. She has been underperforming for everybody else. The next one is Thundelyn, who has also been underperforming. Everybody is not happy because these mages are just not cutting it. So today I'm going to show you how you can alter your lineup. I'm also going to talk about instant gratification, which is something that's going to fix these mages for you. So first of all, let me show you guys the mage lineup that I'm talking about. We're going to hit deploy and I have the preset over here, number 4. So this is the mage preset that I think might be very good for these new mage heroes until the game developers can do something to them. If you guys remember correct, TOHAR, when he came out, he wasn't very good. The game developers fixed him. Mogro and Danfeld weren't very good and the game developers also fixed them. I also hope they do the same thing to Thundelyn and Thaleia because not many people are investing right now. So the lineup is going to be LILIYA, and then you have BERTRAND, VELYN, you have MAGGRAT and Thundelyn, and then you have TOHAR and THEIA. This lineup is based on instant gratification. That is something that we are going to discuss today. Now, I'm just not showing you this lineup for nothing. I did my testing in the open field, and here is the war report. As you guys can see, the merits are even. They are all the same. I used the instant gratification technique to make this possible. It is something that I'm going to explain today in the video. Now, the point of reference here is going to be LILIYA and the THEIA. This is a proven mage march in the game. It got 30,000 merits, as you can see here. And then look at my TOHAR and THEIA. It got 33,000 merits, more than LILIYA THEIA. I used the instant gratification principle. I'll show you in a little bit. Look at BERTRAND and Mr. VELYN, also close to LILIYA and THEIA. And then look at MAGGRAT and Thundelyn. My Thundelyn is only 5142. As you can see, it was able to pull off those numbers with MAGGRAT. And all of that is because of the instant gratification, which is what we're going to discuss next. That is also going to help you understand why these new mages have been underperforming for everybody else. I hope the game developers can step in and fix this issue. Maybe just alter their skills just a little bit. That way people can appreciate these heroes. Now this Thundelyn and THEIA are excellent for longer fights. But in the open field, the fights usually don't last long. 10-15 seconds, the enemy is dead. You won't be able to maximize the benefits of all the rage skill from both Thundelyn and THEIA because the enemy is dead. Now let's talk about the instant gratification. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, instant gratification is when you deal as much damage as possible within a short amount of time. And that is what the open field is all about. When you fight your enemies, in 10 or 15 seconds, they are dead. Either they are running away or they are dead. That's just what it is. People do a lot of micro, and if you don't have a lot of instant gratification heroes, you are not going to get a lot of merits. And that is the problem with these 2 new mage heroes. They are not good for that. They are not good for the open field fight. Let us start with the first best instant gratification hero that we have in the game. So that is MAGGRAT. When you look at MAGGRAT first skill, it's going to do a huge amount of damage in the first 5 seconds of the fight, which means you're going to get a lot of merits. When you're going in and out, you can get so much value even before casting a rage skill. This is fantastic. MAGGRAT rage skill 500% more Normal attack damage, this is excellent. So she is very good at instant gratification. It is the reason I decided to put Thaleia, Thundelyn behind MAGGRAT, as you guys saw from the lineup. And you can see here my Thaleia is not high level. I think she could have got a lot of merits. Let us take a look at the next instant gratification hero. We have Syndrion. Syndrion's 4th skill allows him to do a double normal attack within the first 4 seconds of the fight. This again is another instant gratification, which means when you're going in and out, you're going to be getting a lot of value. We also know that the archers can do a lot of normal attack damage. So someone like Syndrion, excellent instant gratification within the first 10 seconds of the fight. This is fantastic. The next hero is going to be TOHAR. TOHAR is the only mage who is excellent at the instant gratification. After launching 3 normal attacks, he's gonna hit you with 500 hero skill damage 3 times before even hitting the 10-second mark. Now imagine you're fighting someone who likes to do kiting. They come in and then they go away. They come in and then they go away. Someone like TOHAR is going to give you a lot of value. And as you guys know, enemies die within 10 or 15 seconds. You are not going to be able to take advantage of this Thundelyn rage skill. This is going to be useless in open field fight. You won't get the full value, which is why you need heroes that gives you instant gratification right away. Now, what is the next hero that's good at instant gratification? You have Kinara and Nico. So this is Kinara. When you go to her talent tree, she has this skill here known as ambush, which gives you a defense break. Kinara also has another defense break on her rage skill, which means she can hit at least 3 or 4 different defense break before she casts her first rage skill. And what happens when she does that? You have someone like Nico who can do this damage factor with defense break. Even if they don't cast a rage skill, Nico is gonna punish enemy with this skill. And then when you take a look at Kinara, she has another secret weapon as well. Where is she? Kinara, where you at? Okay, you probably saw her, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, here she is. So Kinara has the Snow Peak Rock. Snow Peak Rock is gonna do a huge amount of damage with a defense break. So you have Kinara Jaw Breaker and then that ambush from the control talent tree. You can get 4 different defense break before you hit your first rage skill, which means if you're lucky, you can cast this Snow Peak Rock 4 times within that time frame, making it excellent for defense break. And Nico here as well with the defense break, you're gonna do a lot of damage. That is excellent instant gratification. So these are the reasons why these new mage heroes have been underperforming. They are very good for long fights, but in the open field fight, they are not the best. Honestly, you're going to regret, I think, if you try to like max them out for open field fight, they're not performing. Which is why today I decided to alter the lineup and give them some kind of instant gratification. As you guys saw from the war report, it was pretty good. Now I only did 1 test. You guys should try and do some more testing to try and confirm if this is going to be the case. So when we keep this pushing, we also have another instant gratification hero here like Guanwyn. Do not underestimate Guanwyn's awakening skill. When Guanwyn Legion launch a normal attack, they have 50% chance to inflict poison, deals damage every second for 3 seconds. So if you have someone like Guanwyn and Husk, you can take advantage of this damage factor for those quick short fights. And then we have one of the best mage march in the game, which is LILIYA and THEIA. This march does not have the instant gratification factor. However, this hero is just something else. LILIYA, when she casts her rage skill, 1200 damage factor to 3 targets. And then she has the ability to do another 1000 damage factor to 3 other targets through scorching. There's another scorching here. So 3 targets, another 3000 hero skill damage factor plus the 1200 to the other 3 enemies. This is just nuts. So LILIYA makes up for all of this by just casting 1 rage skill. Which is why when you put someone like THEIA behind, THEIA is going to take LILIYA to the next level with her Lex Lucis. So she can push all of that to 55% attack. making your LILIYA do insane in the open field. Now when you look at this LILIYA pet, I have this heart wall right here. This ability is here for the instant gratification effect. It can trigger before LILIYA casts her first rage skill. When this happens, THEIA is going to give LILIYA a 10% attack. And when LILIYA casts her first rage skill, it's going to be amplified by the 10% attack that is brought about by the heart wall. This is why I always have this heart wall on my pet for a LILIYA THEIA. So it's all about instant gratification and doing as much damage as possible within the first 10 or 15 seconds of the fight, because the enemies are gonna die or they're gonna run away. Part of the reasons why someone like Thundelyn is not going to be very good for those open field fights. Her rage skill takes too long to complete. The enemy is gone. The primary hero might cast a rage skill, but Thundelyn will only hit 1,500 value, and then she has to target another new target where she has to get more rage again and then trigger this ability. It just makes the hero not so very efficient. That is why I decided to put her behind MAGGRAT. MAGGRAT is going to bring that instant gratification, and then if the enemy is still alive, then Thundelyn can do some damage. As you can see here from this war report, where is it? You can see here from this report how they have been performing. By the way, I was hitting the exact same target. I'm going to show you guys the video clip of how I got this war report. You're going to see I was hitting the exact same targets. As you can see here, almost the same amount of targets with the same marches. So this is super awesome. Now let us talk about these heroes one by one. I'm going to show you the lineup, the talent tree that I used, the explanation for everything. I was a little impressed because I haven't seen this before. Look at this even distribution of merits. The reference point is LILIYA and THEIA. These guys were able to keep up with LILIYA and THEIA. This is a march that deals a lot of damage. But as you can see here, all these guys are keeping up. So let us talk about this lineup one by one. Okay, Warriors of Tamaris, again, I'm going to deploy and then show you the lineup and see what we're working with. We have LILIYA, THEIA with Infernal Flame, level 3 only. And this is the pet that I'm using. It has the heart wall. It is very strategic for the instant gratification. We have BERTRAND and VELYN with the good old Phoenix Eye, level 5. This is the pet that I'm using. It is my best Sapphire pet, the one that hits 3 targets. This one is going to take advantage of the VELYN Hoarfrost. So that is pretty good. And then we have MAGGRAT and Thundelyn. So this is the Thunderfield. Thunder Elegy, it's only level 2. And then I'm using this Seraphic Phaedric, the one that I built recently. The devs just nerfed this pet, and I am regretting like purchasing this advanced soul source. I could have bought the skill for MAGGRAT instead. If I knew they were going to nerf this pet, I wasn't going to buy this skill. But anyway, that's a thing of the past. And as you can see here, my Thundelyn is only 5142, and it was able to pull out all those merits. And then here we have Mr. TOHAR and THEIA. THEIA is only level 59. She is missing 9,000 troops, and I think she could have done a lot of damage as well. I am using the Mirage Orb. Now the Mirage Orb is going to get the maximum stacks for extra damage. For this 39% damage, mine is only level 4, so I can get all the stacks to maximize this, and I'm going to show you how. And then I'm using this pet right here with this Light's Guidance. Sometimes I get crits for the TOHAR, so I could put something else here and get good value, but I like this one here. It is getting the job done for me. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is the lineup. Now we're going to talk about each one individually from over here. So the first one was LILIYA and the THEIA. LILIYA has a fantastic rage skill, and then THEIA is going to amplify that. If you have the heart wall on your pet, you're going to get that instant gratification effect, which is pretty good. Without the heart wall, you might not be able to maximize Lex Lucis within the first 15 seconds of the fight. So that is something you might want to consider. The heart wall can help you get the maximum value for this 30% attack within the first 15 seconds of the fight. Very good instant gratification. Now the next one on the lineup was Oh, we had Bertrand, and you know what? Let me show you the talent tree for the LILIYA THEIA as well. So this is the talent tree that I'm rocking for LILIYA THEIA. This is everything that I've grabbed, and when you get to the end, you need to go for Thirst for Blood again for the instant gratification. If you take this one requires time for you to maximize the value. You're not gonna get all of it because your enemy die within 10-15 seconds and you have to hit somebody else. So the best way to go is to go with Thirst for Blood. So this is what I would use. Pretty good. As you can see here, I have synchronized the march speed to 31% march speed. I got 9% march speed from here. I got 2% from here. That is 11. And then I have THEIA behind bringing 20, giving it 31% march speed. So this is LILIYA and THEIA, which is complete, and this is what the pet looks like. We keep this pushing. The next one on our list is going to be Bertrand and Mr. VELYN. Where is the VELYN? Where you hiding, brother? VELYN is right here. So we're going to check out Bertrand first. So Bertrand has a good rate skill. He can, you know, give you some good hero skill damage. He brings 25% magic attack, which is what's needed. He also gives you another 15% magic attack, making it 40. That's going to help VELYN significantly. VELYN has 0 attack. Even if he gives you crit, he doesn't have the attack to let you hit hard. So Bertrand is going to fix that. And then I'm using the Phoenix Eye, level 5. And this is the pet that I was using. Now let's go to the talent tree and see what I picked. Over here, I made a mistake. This 1 point shouldn't be here. I'm going to reset it. I'm going to take this 1 point and dump it here on steady hands. So this is what the lineup looks like. Like I said, the heroes are moving at 31% march speed. We got 2 from here. We got 9 from here. And then 20 from VELYN. That is 31. The remaining 2, I dumped it over here. And then we come here, grab this. You're going to need to go with Boiling Blood because of that instant gratification. Your enemies die within 15 seconds or 10 seconds. So if Bertrand can let VELYN use this 1 time before going to the next target, that is a win. And then we have this one. You get the crit rate. You get the crit rate. This 1 point, I'm going to take it out from here. I just forgot. And dump it here on steady hands. And then at the end, you're going to go with Thirst for Blood. You don't need this. Not good for the open field fight. Enemy die within 10 seconds and they like to micro and run away from you. You're not going to get the full value. So you go with instant gratification, get the 60 damage factor as fast as possible. The good thing is you can create that damage factor over here as well, which is fantastic. You also have VELYN, who has another crit here. Hero skill crit, where is it? Yep, you can get a hero skill crit bonus. And then combine it with the Bertrand hero skill focus over here. That's going to give you 20% crit rate, making you get a lot of crits for this march. The next march on the list was Mrs. MAGGRAT and Thundelyn. So MAGGRAT has this 500% normal attack damage every 5 seconds. It's going to help Thundelyn because Thundelyn rage skill takes forever. So if the enemy is still alive, then Thundelyn comes in and do some damage. The good thing is this lineup is gonna synergize well with the Thundelyn. With all the healing and with all this war pet, you're going to get the maximum stacks to do the maximum amount of damage possible. You can do it with this march. And we're gonna use the artifact Thunder Elegy, which is pretty good. And let me show you guys the talent tree, what the talent tree looks like. We got 6% march speed here, 10%. 10% giving this march only 26% march speed. It is 5% slower. There is no way I can improve this for the march speed, so we're going to work with what we have. Now I could alter my other mages to bring them down to 26% march speed, just like this one. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I want them to be as fast as possible. So we're going to get a lot of this stuff and just keep moving all the way to the end. Now from here, you can decide to remove Invincible and then take Wild Wind. So this is another instant gratification skill. You can get it right away. But Onslaught is going to help the MAGGRAT 500 nuclear hit. So I think that's good over there. You get this, you get this, you get this. And then you have Mighty Slash, which is another instant gratification skill. So you're going to get 1 more normal attack to hit the enemy right away. get as much damage as possible. If you try to take this, it's gonna take time before you can get the 3%. The enemy is either dead or they are running away from micro. So this is the march for the MAGGRAT and the Thundelyn. The next pairing on our roster is going to be, we have THEIA over here and then Mr. What is it called? Mr. TOHAR. So THEIA is missing that instant gratification factor and her rage skill can only hit one target. When it comes to LILIYA or VELYN, they don't have that instant gratification factor. However, when LILIYA casts her rage skill, it's going to be chaos for the enemy. So that makes up for it, which is why I think the devs need to do something to this hero. Either give it some instant gratification or make it do some AoE damage somewhere, alter the skills just a little bit. I think that would be nice. As you can see here with TOHAR, I like his skill. The channeling is insane. So he's going to bring that instant gratification and use it with THEIA. So when you look at TOHAR, he's got 30% hero skill damage boost. And THEIA over here has another 20% hero skill damage boost. And she has 20% ability to take down the enemy attack resistance, which is very good. Help her do a lot of damage. On top of that, she has this good tidings. This good tidings is going to synergize very well with the TOHAR channeling. And when that happens, this Mirage Orb is going to get the maximum stacks for this damage output right here. So these two pairings are going to combine well with each other to do as much damage as possible. And as you can see here, this one is only level 59. It is still missing 9,000 troops. So it's going to be awesome. Let me show you guys what the pet looks like. I think we've seen that before. So this is the pet that I'm using. And when we go to the talent tree, I designed it in a different way. So I'm going to change this in a bit. I put 1 point here to give me haste when I cast a rage skill because I felt like this march is a little bit slower. So this could be helpful. But I think I'm going to be taking this one out. And I'm going to drop it over here to take this one to 5. And then I'm going to remove this point from here. Bring the one here, push it to 10%. Now this march is going to go at 31% march speed just like everybody else. When I do this, when I bring 1 point here, I'm going to be left with 7 points left. I'm going to dump 5 points here in the magic attack. And then the remaining 2, I'm going to put them here in fully loaded to give me 2% additional normal attack. So this march is going to pop off. It's a good combination, guys. I think it's a good low investment. 5111 TOHAR and 5551 THEIA can do some wonders with your Mirage Orb. You might want to consider this pairing. If you have a high level Mirage Orb, it's going to work well for those single targets, especially with this pet right here. You can also use the Seraphic Phaedric, but you might not be able to get all the stacks. But the Shadow Phaedric can get the job done for you. Now, there are some things you need to know about this pairing. Thunderlyn's second skill has a defense bonus, which is known as Shelter of 25%. It will work for you maybe for 2 seconds. And then this guy, TOHAR, is going to come in with his 30%, 35% Shelter, which is here. And then override the 25% for THEIA. But the good thing is you're going to get the THEIA defense for at least 2 seconds, 1 second. Sometimes you get it all if you don't overlap with this skill right here. One more thing is this 35% attack might be able to override the THEIA 25% attack. But the good thing is they don't always overlap. So that is good benefits to this pairing. I think it's pretty good. And as you guys saw from the report, I only did one fight. I'm going to show you guys the video footage of this fight. As you can see, I was impressed. I haven't seen anything like this before because everything is the same. 4 matches, 120,000 merits, which is pretty good. Not bad. As you guys can see, hitting the same number of people almost. So this is pretty good. You're gonna see the video footage. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below. I just hope the devs can do something about these new heroes and make them more efficient, because I don't know, people are not happy. The archers are excelling because they have excellent instant gratification because of their high normal attack and their awesome skills. So for those of you who want to try something, you can try Gwanwyn and Husk. You should be able to take advantage of this skill, which is a good instant gratification, since all of your enemies die within 10 seconds or 15 seconds. So that's what I think. In a 1v1 situation, these new mages can perform, but in the open field, they're not going to do anything. Thundelyn is the one who is going to suffer the most. So hopefully something is done. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. What do you think of this lineup? Let me know how your testings goes. Is it very good? Let me know down below. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Enjoy the micro for this game, for this war report. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.
I've never been there before.
I'll kill ya.
Does your life mean that little to you? I'll fly there.
I'll kill ya.
Does your life mean that little to you?
Try some of this.
Ugh, sun's a tad strong. Does your life mean that little to you? I've never been there before. I hope I'm getting hazard pay for this. The Merchant's Guild doesn't work their mules.
I've been waiting for this.
Does your life mean that little to you? Weaklings.
A prudent choice.
Weaklings. I hope I'm getting hazard pay for this.
Fools!
I hope I'm getting hazard pay for this. Couldn't...
All right, I'm coming. Sheesh. Our work is never done. Let them know pain.
I've been waiting for this. I'll kill ya. Don't worry, you'll die nice and quick.
Weaklings.
Try some of this.
I hope I'm getting hazard pay for this. Does your life mean that little to you? Couldn't you send me somewhere closer? Weaklings. Couldn't you send me somewhere closer?
A prudent...